I never thought I'd see my car flying down the highway on live TV, especially not with the HOA president's son behind the wheel. But that's exactly what happened. Let me rewind a bit. It started as a normal Saturday morning. Coffee in hand, I stepped onto my porch, admiring the shine of my Dodge Challenger, the black beast I'd worked 3 jobs to buy. I just finished detailing it the night before. She looked perfect, like something straight off a magazine cover. Then came her, Karen, the self-appointed queen of our HOA. You know the type. Clipboard, sunglasses, and an attitude that could melt steel. She strutted over, arms crossed. "You know that car is a bit much for our neighborhood," she said, wrinkling her nose. I just smiled. "Don't worry, Karen, it's not going anywhere." If only I'd known how wrong I was. That afternoon, I went inside to grab lunch and left my keys on the counter. 15 minutes later, I heard an engine roar outside. My engine. I bolted to the window and froze. My Challenger was gone. I sprinted out the door, heart pounding, scanning the street. Nothing but tire marks. My neighbor Dave waved me over, phone in hand. "Dude, your car just peeled out." I think it was Karen's kid. I couldn't believe it. The same kid I'd caught sneaking through people's yards last week. The one Karen defended, saying he was just curious. I dialed 911, faster than I thought possible. Within minutes, the dispatcher confirmed it. A black Challenger was reported speeding down the highway, weaving through traffic at over 120 miles per hour. I turned on the news, and there it was. My car tailing a line of police cruisers, with a helicopter tracking every move from above. My stomach dropped. This wasn't just a stolen car anymore. It was a full-blown, high-speed pursuit, broadcast live. The reporter's voice cut through the chaos. "We're being told the driver may be a local resident, possibly a minor." My phone blew up with messages from neighbors, screenshots, links, live clips, and then came the text that sealed it. "Karen, we need to talk now." I didn't know whether to laugh or scream. My mind was racing faster than the car itself, because deep down I already knew her son had just made the biggest mistake of his life. I sat there, glued to the TV, as my Challenger tore through lanes like something out of an action movie. The news chopper's camera zoomed in, my custom license plate shining under the sun like a cruel reminder. It was surreal. That was my car, my pride and joy. And now it was the star of a police pursuit. The reporter's voice trembled with adrenaline. "The suspect appears to be evading multiple patrol units, possibly a teenager." That was the moment it hit me. Karen's son, Tyler, was only 17, a kid who'd barely passed his driving test. The footage switched angles. He was cutting through traffic, narrowly missing cars, darting into the emergency lane. Sirens blared from every direction. My Challenger's engine howled, a sound I usually loved, but now it felt like a knife twisting in my gut. My phone rang again. It was Karen. "Do something," she screamed before I could even say hello. "Do something. Karen, your son stole my car. He didn't mean to. He's scared. Please don't press charges." I could barely process her words. "He's doing a 130 on the freeway, Karen. You think this is about charges?" Before she could reply, the live feed crackled. One of the police cruisers had tried to block him. Tyler swerved, clipped the bumper, and spun out, barely regaining control before the car fishtailed into the median. Gasps filled the newsroom. My hands were shaking. Then came the moment that silenced everyone. The helicopter camera zoomed in as the Challenger exited the highway, barreling into a suburban neighborhood. Our neighborhood. He was coming home. I ran outside just in time to hear the distant echo of sirens growing louder. Neighbors spilled out of their houses, phones out, filming, and there it was. My car stirred with dust, screaming down Maple Drive. Tyler flew past my house so fast I could feel the wind shift. Police cruisers followed close behind, tires screeching as they turned the corner. The chopper hovered overhead, spotlight cutting through the afternoon haze. Then, like something out of a movie, Tyler tried to swerve around a parked van, misjudged, and clipped the curb. The Challenger launched upward, twisted mid-air, and slammed into a row of trash cans before skidding to a stop in front of the community park. The whole street went silent. Even the helicopter pulled back, its rotor wash scattering debris across the grass. My dream car, my soul on four wheels, was a wreck. And at that moment, I realized this was only the beginning. When the screeching stopped, I ran toward the wreck. Smoke curled from the hood, the air thick with the smell of burning rubber. Police sirens wailed as officers swarmed in, weapons drawn. My heart hammered as I saw Tyler's silhouette inside. The HOA Queen's golden boy slumped over the wheel. "Step out of the vehicle, hands where we can see them," one officer shouted. The door creaked open, and Tyler stumbled out, dazed, hands shaking. No major injuries, thank God. But the sight made my stomach twist. His face was pale, eyes wide, as if he was only now realizing what he'd done. Karen came running, pushing past everyone. "That's my son. Don't you touch him," she screamed. Officers held her back, but her voice kept slicing through the air. "He didn't mean it. It's not his fault." I wanted to shout back to demand why her son was in my car, but something about her panic stopped me. She wasn't just terrified, she was hiding something. Later, after Tyler was taken into custody, I sat on the curb beside the wreckage. The police were collecting evidence, and an officer handed me my wallet found in the glove box. "Lucky you still get this back," he said. I managed a weak laugh, though inside I was boiling. Karen approached, mascara streaked down her face. "Please," she whispered. "You can't press charges. You don't understand. He's been through so much lately." "Karen," I said, "he stole my car and almost killed half the county." She bit her lip. "It's not just that. Tyler's been mixed up in something. People." I tried to fix it. "I told him to stay away." Her words sent a chill down my spine. "What kind of people?" She hesitated, looking around before leaning in. "He owes someone money. A lot of it. He told me he just needed to borrow a car for a quick run. I didn't know it'd be your car." I thought he was bluffing. I stared at her in disbelief. So, this wasn't a joyride. It was desperation, a stupid, reckless attempt to fix something far worse. As officers loaded the Challenger onto a tow truck, Karen's world began to crumble. The perfect HOA image, the pristine lawn, the smug superiority, all of it peeled away. She wasn't the villain she pretended to be. She was just another parent drowning in her own chaos. Still, that didn't change what happened. My car was totaled, my trust shattered. But little did I know, Tyler's mistake was about to drag me into something much darker. 2 days after the chase, my street still looked like a war zone. Tire marks scarred the pavement, and news vans camped out near the entrance to the neighborhood. Every time I stepped outside, a camera turned my way. "Sir, are you the owner of the Challenger? Did you know the suspect? Is it true he's your HOA president's son?" I didn't answer any of them. What could I even say? The whole world had already seen the video. That night, I couldn't sleep. The replay of the crash looped in my mind, metal twisting, the sound of sirens, Tyler's terrified face. Then, around midnight, I heard a soft knock at my door. I opened it to find Karen standing there, clutching an envelope. She looked nothing like the woman who used to lecture me about neighborhood standards. Her voice trembled. "He's being charged," she said. "Grand theft auto. Reckless endangerment, evading police. They might try him as an adult." I nodded silently. She extended the envelope. "This is for you." Inside was a cashier's check, enough to cover the damage to my car, maybe even buy a new one. "I sold the house," she whispered. "It's the least I can do." Part of me wanted to tear into her, to remind her how she'd treated everyone like they were beneath her, but I couldn't. She looked broken, hollow. I just said, "I hope you both find peace." She turned to leave, but paused. "You should know," she said softly. "Tyler wasn't trying to run forever. He was trying to get to the police station. He thought if he could reach it, he'd be safe from the people he owed. That's why he panicked when they followed him. The chase, it wasn't about you, it was about them." Her words hit me like a punch. So, the whole wild pursuit, the destruction, the danger, had been a terrified kid's last-ditch cry for help. When she left, I sat down, staring at the check. Money couldn't fix the damage. Not really, but it could build something new. A few weeks later, I bought another Challenger. Same model, same color. But this one came with a different kind of pride. It wasn't just a car anymore. It was a reminder, a symbol of control, forgiveness, and the chaos that hides behind the quietest suburbs. Sometimes I still drive past the spot where the old one crashed. The skid marks are faint now, but they're still there, like scars that never fully fade. And every time I hear an engine roar, I think of that day. The day a stolen car turned an entire neighborhood inside out. Yo, if you watched till the end, you're a real one. Smash that like button, subscribe right now, and tell me in the comments, was Karen worse or her son? I read every single one of your takes.